Hey everybody, welcome welcome back to my channel. My name is Leah Catherine and this is Leah Sees Movies and also TV, and it is season 1 episode 4 of Young Justice. Last episode we saw almost the full team in action. We got a little bit more about McGann, her powers, and what she can and can't do in relation to Martian Manhunter. We got a quasi long-term villain slash antagonist for Red Tornado specifically, and Stan annoyed me with his angst. But hopefully he will get better and learn and grow as, you know, he makes friends and connections and such and such. And I'm hoping this episode we finally meet the blonde archer girl, just so we can like finally get the full team together. And yeah, that's too much talking. Let's get started. Santa Prisca. I like when all my bad guys are in capes. Or maybe not bad guys. One of you defeats his champion in single combat. Villain fashion is really unmatched. That dude has a thingy on his back neck thing. So is this Bane? Is this Bane? Because theoretically he's gonna buff up. That dude is spindly. Is Bane Spanish? Or is this like a completely different person? There's something about his neck thickening up that's just very funny. And also his legs, because he doesn't skip leg day. I mean, there's not really leg day, but at least his drug is like, can't have you walking around looking like a chicken. Oh no. Oh, that looked deeply unpleasant. Oh, his skin split. Oh, I'm not a fan of that. He has a lot of confidence in his steroids, because if I saw a dude that looked like that, I'd be like, oh, you know what? Open this cage back up, because his whole muscle just split and he's still fighting. The word hail is just immediately like, oh, you are doing something super villainous. No, seriously, was that Bane, guys? Because I thought Bane had the power. No, but Bane's mouth is covered, isn't it? So there's another dude who has a neck power up but is also Spanish? Oh, I just realized like the episode's villains are in the intro. Oh, that's so much editing for them, both of them, because I would have just been like, this is the intro you get.
We're approaching Santa Prisca.
Spanish, the Caribbean. Is this all, is everyone Dominican?
A strength-enhancing drug sold under the street name Venom. This is a covert recon mission only. Observe and report.
So who's in charge?
Aqualad. Aqualad, it should be Aqualad.
Drop zone A in 30.
Ready.
Putting bioship in camouflage mode.
You need to give your ship a name. Bioship's no fun.
Heat and motion sensors are patched. Data's now on a continuous loop. Move in.
Hey. Look at this like teamwork and organization just in one episode. Severe improvement. Severe? It's a weird word choice, but you get the point.
Hey, Soupy, not too late to put on the new stealth tech.
No capes, no tights. No offense.
It totally
And
works
yet,
for you.
I'm...
In that you can totally do good work in those clothes.
Girl, some things should be kept in our heads. Should you work on the landing, sir?
And yet, creating a seismic event may not have helped us much with the covert.
Head for the factory. I'll track your GPS and rendezvous ASAP.
Just say ASAP. It's faster. I don't know, it's him being like, no tights, no this, like, but you're still wearing a Superman shirt. If you want to be so cool and different, like, lean in.
Did you hear that?
No. Wait, is this a super hearing thing?
You do have great ears.
Man, I hate it when he does that.
Superboy, kid, switch to infrared. See if you're being tracked.
You have to be told that. See, Aqualad, he needs to be in charge. Because Robin can't be in charge because he just dips on everyone at the first possible chance.
2 squads.
but they'll meet each other before they find us.
Swing wide, steer clear.
Yeah, as soon as I find Rob.
Okay, Aqualad's giving like the main orders, so like is he in charge? They didn't officially say it. Okay, so this is the two little gangs. Really? Wally, come on.
So much for the stealthy.
You'd think his shoes would be like friction, mud gear, etc. Go to the others, don't run in between them.
Guys, remember Covert? Why didn't you follow my lead? Vanish into the jungle.
That's not a lead. That's just vanishing.
Way to fill us in. We're not mind readers, you know.
He really thought that was leadership. He's like, I did it, guys. I set an example.
They belong to the cult of the Cobra. Since there's clearly no love lost between the cultists and those goons, I'm betting Cobra came in and tossed them out. We don't leave. Not until I know why.
Robin.
Until you know why?
This team needs a leader.
And it's you. Dude, you're a 13-year...
He's even younger than I thought.
15? You blew our cover first chance you got.
Don't you want to lead?
Ew, no.
You?
After the Mr. Twister fiasco?
You were right. It wasn't Red Tornado, but you were right. And he's a fetus. A big buff fetus.
Tuh, you're not Batman.
Chuh, closest thing we've got.
Such clever niños. But you only know half the story. Let me show you the rest.
Is a secret entrance.
Superboy
but is also
speaks
hiding
Spanish.
Chica. Bane is not that.
It is Bane.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Has Bane been Latino rep this whole time? This is so fun.
He approaches.
Activate the radio jamming net.
I will say, I feel like the Cult of Cobra's special purple juice should have made someone a bit more serpentine looking. How long has Robin been, like, working for, employed by Batman, for him to be like, I am 13 and I am clearly the leader of this team?
Yeah, you're the thinker.
Sarcasm? Dude, a real leader would focus on getting answers.
Answers are this way.
A real leader would not have waited till the actual mission started to be like, we need to determine who the leader is. Guys, it's clearly Aqualad. He actually, like, helped you guys and gave you orders that you followed to help proceed in the mission.
Take what? I'll get her intel and be back before the boy wonder.
Wait, kid.
Great chain of command.
Just have the bad guy be like, this is embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for you.
It's a massive shipment.
Yeah, but they're only taking new product off the line. They're not touching this Venom.
This one's Venom, and that one's... Whoa. The blockbuster formula from Cadmus. Mixed
Ooh.
correctly, Cobra's new juice is 3 times stronger than Venom. And permanent. But how did Cobra get access to Project Blockbuster?
Our mystery buyer must also be Cobra's supplier.
So it's the Cult of Light or whatever.
Static.
Yeah, Cadmus. Oh, yeah, it's Guardian. See, took me like longer than it should have for a show for children, but like, so I was thinking, I'm like, only one person had access. Nah, Sportsmaster is Guardian.
The new Cobra Venom?
A complete success.
No, or not. His eyes look like red. Weren't Guardian's eyes blue?
Aqualad, sending you a telepathic image of the buyer now.
Sportsmaster. He is the buyer. Can't reach the lead, Robin, or Kid. Comms jammed.
Which is why having a telepath on the team is very useful. Okay, but whatever. Oh dear. All my guesses are wrong. This is so embarrassing. Bane's like, I'm just gonna cause problems so I can get what I need to get. Ooh. I was like, well, we're a little early in the show for someone to get impaled.
Miss Martian, radio is jammed. Link us up.
Busy now.
Batman must be desperate if he sends his whelp to task me.
Welp. We love an SAT word.
Robin, now!
I kind of like going through Dick Grayson's douchey years because I feel like I'm so used to him being like a good teammate, like of the Robins, That it's like, here's when he was just kind of younger and stubborn and a little too full of himself.
Superboy, the support beams.
Whoop.
How could my first mission as leader go so wrong?
You weren't leading crap.
Experience. But perhaps that is exactly what has left you unprepared. And the leader must be clear, explicit. He cannot vanish and expect others to play parts in an unknown plan.
Oh, so I'm supposed to hold everyone's hands?
Seriously, the whole he has the most experience. He's 13. Was Batman just like, here's my 9-year-old?
You're the only one who can. I know he's the one. We all do.
Obviously.
Hello, Megan. It's so obvious.
Could have told you.
Why didn't you? That long ass silence.
Then I accept the
That
burden
was so awkward.
until you are ready to lift it from my shoulders.
Ew,
You
no.
were born to lead this team.
Was he?
Maybe not now, but soon.
I know, I just said he's generally a good team leader, but I don't support 13-year-olds in anything they do. Not that I really support 17-year-olds either, but Calder's, he's a good boy. A swell lad.
Don't be absurd. They'll come to us.
I really want that snake cape.
But it still doesn't track. He doesn't have the juice to acquire the blockbuster formula or to get Cobra to do his dirty work.
And neither of them.
Or if it's the Guardian in disguise as a bad guy.
I believe the expression is tip of the iceberg.
The big board of light or whatever.
I want my factory back.
Kid, you'll need a running start.
So I forced you into a situation where you would either take down my enemies or die trying. If the latter, the Justice League would certainly have come to avenge their sidekicks. And when the smoke cleared, Santa Prisca would be mine once more.
But I mean, you could have just waited for them to take down the bad guys.
With what? This trigger thingy?
That was your whole plan. I feel like you're enacting the blowing them up a little early.
Take the shipment. Go again?
We need to roll him in like ballet or something. His landings are too hard.
Not the plan.
Can we do any like temperature things with it, or is it just hydrokinesis? Can we freeze it, boil it? He doesn't seem to enjoy being shot with bullets though, a lot more than Superman does. Superman's just like, okay. Oh damn. He said, get good, little boy. Okay, electricity is always good. I feel like we should get more creative with the water. Can I hold on to my Sports Masters Guardian thing? Good job, Megan. I mean, technically you got what you wanted. I mean, the factory's destroyed. So I guess now, but he said when the rubble cleared, so he was willing to rebuild anyway.
Another time, then.
Now, how did that work?
We picked the right guy to lead. Automatically making you the right guy to explain this mess to Batman.
I mean, it was supposed to be covert, and it would have been, except for Robin running into the mission. So really, it's Robin's fault.
You'll each receive a written evaluation detailing your many mistakes.
Because they were gonna...
Good job.
All I recovered is a single ampule of Cobra venom.
He did. One of the villains is French.
Once is happenstance, twice is coincidence.
Who's got the
Three
base?
times is enemy action, and enemies of the light must not stand.
Okay, but I was right though. That was totally Guardian, because he's talking to the Born of Light. So, although I'm confused with eye color. I thought he definitely had blue eyes, but whatever. I was right. I think that was my favorite episode so far. I mean, obviously, it's because we're starting to move past setup, but like last episode, we had a mission technically, and you know, they did stuff and they fought Mr. Twister. But this one felt like, okay, we're like I said, even at the beginning of the episode, it was a whole different ball game. Like before, they were but even before the whole like who's gonna be the leader, it was like, you know, when she was flying in, it was like, all right, drop point A, drop point B, the bioship, we're in camouflage mode. It just felt so like, all right, they're ready to go, like this is an actual team. Robin was never gonna be the leader. I like his confidence, but no, this is a terrible option. And the fact that he thought, clearly I'm the leader of this team as a 13-year-old is hysterical. And they keep saying he has the most battle experience, so I'm wondering, A, if we're gonna adjust the fact that he apparently was like 9 years old going on missions. Seriously, who's calling CPS on Batman? But also, what is Aqualad's backstory? Because he seems like he's the oldest and presumably would have been fighting the longest, but clearly not. So I'm wondering, when does he get recruited? And obviously Atlantis is a monarchy, so him working directly with the king of Atlantis, I'm curious, like does he have some royal situation going on that gives him this access? Is he like the son of a guard? I don't know. I just think he's the most interesting character to me right now, and I really want to know more about him and how he got to where he is, how much experience does he have. It seems like he's not, like he's obviously like he's super strong, he has the hydrokinesis, he does the electric thing, he uses water to like form shields, but it clearly shows up that like being on land is not his strong point. There just seems like a lot of situations where you keep being like, is there a lake, is there a river, is there an aqueduct, something that like makes him useful. Otherwise it's like he's good at punchy but it's more strategic, which is embarrassing. How are you getting played out by the 13-year-old? But I want to see him develop more as a threat on land as well. Like obviously water is his main thing, but they're not always going to be by water. That doesn't make sense. So I want there also to be a desert episode where it's like, how does he adjust when he has nothing that he's used to? Kind of like how we got like the Green Lantern episodes without the ring. It's like, okay, like without the main thing that makes you the hero, the main thing that gives you power, like how do you adjust and how do you deal with that? Whereas you kind of expect that from Robin because all of his skills are generally innate or intelligence based. Speaking of intelligence, I also like that we get to see more of Wally being super smart. He was able to like recognize molecular structures while eating a snack after being like, oh, what's going on? Ooh, boy, they manipulated the Cobra Venom with the Blockbuster and made a whole new thing, and that was after like 2 seconds of looking at it. And Robin didn't understand it too because he was just like formulas, so whereas Wally got it pretty instantly. So yeah, I liked the team, I liked the dynamic, I like that we have an official leader who happens to be my favorite one, and we're getting these tidbits with the light, getting hints of whatever the overarching plan is going to be. Well, we don't know what the plan is, but we know who the main antagonist is, and at this point they now have declared all of these children enemy combatants, which I think is interesting because they said obviously Project Cadmus, you know, interfered with the light, but they also said Mr. Twister, and Mr. Twister's response to the kids, he seemed surprised by them. So if he was working for the light, like wouldn't at this point everyone know that there is this teen team to be aware of? I love an overarching plot. Big bads are best when you establish them over time. So I like that, like we got them in episode 1 and 2, and now this is episode 4. So it seems like we're gonna get a pretty constant build up to them. I'm still rooting for my cave Mount Justice invasion arc that I want to happen like mid-season. But I feel like this is obviously going to be like the end of season 1, and that's going to be like, okay, we are now fighting on the level of a solid superhero team and not just a bunch of sidekicks in a team up right now. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. If you don't want to do that, but you've watched all the way to the end of this video, thank you. I still really appreciate you. You can follow me on Twitter at Leah Sees Movies, and I'll catch you next time. Peace!